Japan Dyno, the best of Japan to you.
Howdy, this is Andy of Japan Dyno, and I have for you a Civic Type R EK9 carbon shiki junsei meter. So a carbon shiki, a carbon type or carbon face meter gauge cluster for the Civic Type R, the EK9 Civic Type R here in Japan, the JDM, the Japan domestic market version of the EK9 Civic gauge cluster. As you can see here, the carbon front of the unit extending into the frame of the gauge cluster, as well as the Japanese speedometer, the 180 kilometer per hour speedometer, and all the other gauges, of course, in great working condition, and 3,731 kilometers traveled on the odometer. Now, Japanese gauge clusters, JDM clusters, only represent up to 180 kilometers, that being the law here in Japan, that a speedometer, a stock speedometer, cannot measure beyond 180 kilometers per hour, and that being the law, this is the stock cluster, the cluster that came with the vehicle brand new, as opposed to other clusters, of course, that read higher than that. So the original JDM, Japan domestic market only, will have the 180 kilometer per hour speedometer, which this does, of course, making it JDM. And removed from a EK9 Heisei Junen, which is a 1998 EK9 5-speed manual B16B normal aspirated vehicle here in Japan, and as you can see, in great condition. We'll run through some further photos. See here the the high rev tach up to 10,000 RPM, and all in good condition, nice tidy condition. You see the carbon face there, all in great order, and the other side there, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, all very tidy, very clean, ABS light, all in just fantastic, wonderful, as new condition. And the clear plastic cover, this is with the clear plastic cover fitted. The previous photos were without the cover for clarity of the photos. You can see here, looking very nice with the clear plastic cover fitted. You can see the carbon extends into the frame of the unit, so not just a plain carbon face modified cluster. This is the original JDM carbon face cluster with the carbon part of the actual structure of the gauge cluster itself. So a JDM 180 kilometer per hour gauge cluster. Back of the unit there, you can see all the bulbs and everything fitted, the circuit board all in good condition. So a JDM Japan domestic market gauge cluster for the Japanese Civic Type R, made here in Japan, from Japan. Thank you.
In order to serve you better, we have our website at www.japandyno.com, as well as our blog, the Japan Dyno Daily Fix, where we feature items of special interest. Look forward to seeing you there.